declares a variable x and assigns it the value 10, declares a constant y and assigns it the string hello, function that takes a name and returns a greeting, creates an object with properties name and age, declares an array arranged by with 3 elements, adds the value 4 to the end of the array arranged by, a for loop that prints numbers from 0 to 4, an arrow function that returns the sum of 2 numbers, array destructuring to assign values to variables, object destructuring to assign values to variables, transforms each element of the array by multiplying by 2, increments the value of num by 1, creates a promise that resolves with success, an asynchronous function that fetches data, logs the length of a string, assigns null to a variable, accesses the name property of the object person, logs a greeting message with template literals, function with a default value for b, iterates over the array and logs each value, deletes the a property from the object obj, creates a set object that stores unique values, an if statement that checks if a number is greater than 5, creates a map object with key value pairs, extracts the first element of the array using destructuring, declares variables x, y, z and performs an addition, converts a string to uppercase, a simple function that returns hello world, modifies the age property of an object, dynamically adds a property to an object, removes an element from the array starting from index 1, sorts the elements of an array in ascending order, tests if a string matches a regular expression, uses a ternary operator to return yes or no, defines an arrow function for summing 2 numbers, a function that returns a promise after a delay, multiplies a variable by 2, maps an array to new values, doubling each number, creates a string with dynamic content using template literals, maps over an array to double its values, creates a greeting message using template literals, iterates over the keys of an object, uses shorthand to add 5 to the variable x, reduces an array to a single value, the sum, removes the last element of an array, filters an array to return elements greater than 2, freezes an object to prevent modifications, gets the length of a string, finds the index of an element in an array, filters an array to only include even numbers, creates a shallow copy of an object, a function that adds 2 numbers, squares each element of an array, converts a string to a number using the unary plus operator, sums the elements of an array using reduce, checks if a number is even, counts the number of elements in an array using reduce, reverses the order of elements in an array, converts a string to uppercase, sums an array using reduce method, removes whitespace from both ends of a string, multiplies each element of an array by 10.